You can see it definitely doesn't have any articulation. The ground was a little uneven there, and the wheels come off the ground. I lost traction. It was definitely not a Tacoma or a 4Runner. Hey, what's going on there, folks? So, join me on my little escapade today. Me and my puppy Angel, who's actually tired right now from a little bit of a ride we had up here. And I'm actually going to do just a comparison video and a kind of like from here on out through the night into morning camping video, as you know most of us YouTubers do. So if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if you're also trying to compare whether you want to get a truck and you want to do some kind of a camper build with a cap on the back, or you want to do a rooftop tent, or if you're looking at getting something more fuel efficient like an SUV or some kind of a little mini hatchback like a Subaru or something like that, stay tuned. I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons and everything that goes along with that. But first, I have a mess in here because basically I went and seen the new movie Twisters today, which I was wicked excited to see. So great movie if you're looking to see that movie. I was really impressed with it compared to the movie Twister. There was a lot of similarities, but anyway, let's get right into this. So I'm gonna do a time lapse of me pulling all this junk out of here, well, junk or camping equipment, and organizing it. And then I'm gonna kind of do my basics, all the regular camping stuff. We're gonna cook on my grill, and just go throughout the night. So if you are a camper or you like doing enthusiast things outdoors, consider subscribing. But we'll go ahead and yeah, we'll also talk about why you should be organized. So I put together this quick time lapse. Basically, as you can see, speaking of organization, I was not organized. Everything was just thrown in there. I went to the movies and I wanted to get up to Somerset before it was dark out, so I didn't really have a lot of time. I did plan the camping trip and I also kind of packed everything in the house, but I didn't want to leave it in the SUV in the hot sun, some of the things that I had in there. Obviously the food, the cooler, propane, things like that. So I just basically, when I got home, just threw it in there and I tried to beat the time and get up there, and obviously I did get some daylight. So basically I put this video together because there's so many out there, there's so many outdoor enthusiasts and different people that do camping videos. I figured why not join them. And also, if you're watching this because you're thinking about comparing a truck to an SUV and you're thinking about getting into the camping scene, definitely consider subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, I thank you again for watching another one of my videos, and I hope you enjoy. And while you may not be here, you may be just sitting and enjoying your nice, inside your AC house. I'm glad that you're following along and you're just kind of checking out my little escapade, which is going to basically be from my dusk till dawn, and then I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have my coffee and go on from there. And yep, we've got just the peaceful sound of birds. Sometimes it's a great thing in life. I don't know how good this thing's gonna work, but probably not that good. So I guess this mini hatchet that I bought is gonna take some effort. I guess the wood is not really that dry either. So no matter what of a split note is, it's gonna make it a little tough. But we'll improvise. Same with this one. was definitely a quick cook. A little burnt on the hot dog. And the hamburger's cooked real quick too. No big deal. Anybody who's watching this, obviously, some people might have paid attention to my salad, my quick few minute video there of making a salad. So yeah, this is definitely not your avocado salad. Well, believe it or not, lately I've just been kind of sticking with a lot of meat, the occasional broccoli and chicken and things like that. But yeah, this is just a quick meal for tonight. And you know, it's a hot dog and all this bread. Yeah, it's not always the greatest for you, but you only live once. The reason why I actually do this is, if you listen right now, all you can hear is the fire crackling. It's peaceful. It's just dusk, 8:30, starting to get dark. Kind of look, see the sun kind of fading away on the horizon there through the trees. And again, I was in a little bit of a hurry, but I'm gonna take the camera here before it gets dark, and obviously before I go to bed and you wake up, and I'll wake up. Well, you'll see it in a snap of a finger when it happens, but I'll wake up, cook some breakfast, talk about a few more little things, and just my opinion on, obviously, once I sleep in this tonight, see how it's different and it compares. So I've been hearing a lot of stuff on a certain camping site that I'm on, or a camping Facebook page, that people were talking about, you know, the pros and the cons of like sleeping in a car versus tent, all this stuff. And a lot of them are talking about how hybrid, you can actually let the air conditioning run inside the car and the engine doesn't have to run. So the speaking about my Tacoma and getting in the back of it, you have no way to like get rid of the moisture in the back of a camper top. So with the temperature change and everything, that was definitely one con about sleeping in the back of a, or even a tent at that matter. But at least in something like this, if it does get a little wet in there, you can turn the heat on. Obviously, you have to make sure you don't have the exhaust leaks or anything like that for carbon monoxide. And you're not going to want to let the car run for, you know, like more than 10-15 minutes. But if you wanted to cool it off or you wanted to heat it up for a little bit, you do have the opportunity to do that. So I will take the camera and I'll just kind of take a look and show you my setup there. I don't know how good the quality is going to be, but here it is. It's just a mattress thrown in the back of this thing, and there is a little bit of a hump in here. I'm hoping it contours and takes that up with the mattress, but the mattress I got from a home goods store in Albany, and it was pretty cheap. And I didn't want to go to Amazon or anything like that because they basically will fold it up and ship it in a box, and then you got to unfold it, and then there's kinks and all kinds of different things in there and folds. So I had a mattress before. It was actually a memory foam topper, or a memory foam 6-inch mattress for my Tacoma, and that's basically how that came. And it took like a week just for the thing to actually get to the correct shape. But anyway, this is going to be the basic setup, and obviously you're going to just see me after I probably cook a s'more, which is another thing I shouldn't do, and I'm going to go to sleep, and then we'll wake up and talk about some more and some of the simple tools and things that I actually have here for this little camping trip. I'm not really sure how the quality is going to be with this phone, but I don't drink beer, I don't drink soda, so stuffed puffs. They actually have chocolate in the marshmallow, and I'm going to stick this baby on a stick and put it between a graham cracker and try this baby out. Again, I'm not too sure how the quality is going to be. I've got a little light out here, lantern type thing. Yeah, this is going to be messy. I don't know how it's going to work. Nope, one of the pieces of chocolate didn't come out of there. It's going to be good though, and that's all that matters. I don't care how healthy, you gotta have a s'more once in a while. What a slob I am, huh? Ah, so good. So that s'more was fantastic, and obviously it was the last thing that this fat guy actually needed. So I've been up here, I've got the AC running in the car, I've kind of got it dried out, I've got it at 75 degrees, put a little bit of heat on it. So I already say that getting inside the SUV compared to the back of a like a pickup truck where you can't control the environment or as far as the heat or anything, and anybody that's familiar with the air conditioner actually dries just like a dehumidifier, so it also kicks on a compressor when you turn it on to defrost your windows in a car. So nice and dry in here. I'll shut it off in a few minutes here. And actually, while I was sitting here, I just saw some LED bright headlights come up. It's just one headlight. There was actually a motorcycle. I'm on a little bit of an incline to get up here, and he come up here real quick, saw the vehicle, and took off. So I'm just kind of glad I didn't get no intruders, and it's peaceful up here. But I don't know if he was looking to stay the night or what, or he or she. I'm assuming it's a guy that's on a motorcycle in the middle of the night up here. But anyway, I am going to. I've got my dog, and she's already laying down and ready for bed. And she had a bath today. It probably took a lot out of her. So I'm going to shut this light off, shut this car off, and make sure everything's all locked up. And you will see it in a snap of a fingers. We will wake up and we will cook some breakfast. I'm going to cook some eggs, ham, and cheese, and throw them on a croissant in the morning. And that sounds good to me. So we'll see you in a minute in the morning. Good morning, folks. So I survived the night. I did come out here to take a pee, and there were some weird noises. Sounded like some coy dogs or something in the distance. That was a little sketchy. Other than that, sleeping in the car wasn't that bad. Obviously, it wasn't the luxury of the night, but it got me through. I got a good night's sleep, and the dog was fine. So I'm going to go ahead and crack some eggs, throw them on this griddle, and have some breakfast. So yeah, pan might have been a better idea. The whole point in having this griddle though was so I don't have to bring a pan with me. So as long as it doesn't go down the grease drain hole, it should be good. I'll just go with the flow the way it's actually leaking. Hopefully it'll cook by the time that I pull it goes down there. I'm not going to be too offended there. I'll just try to keep it away from there. So yeah. Few pieces of thin sliced ham. Sounds good to me. Come here. Good girl. Huh? Good girl. Eat your food. Eat your eggs. So I was talking about food aggression. She's always cautious when she's eating her food. I also got to be careful what I feed her too. Go ahead and eat. You're fine. So this is definitely a breakfast of champions, and I'm far from a champion, but I know it's going to be good, and that's all that matters. So let's take a bite of this. I will definitely. Oh my God, is this messy? Definitely camping food. and I'll finish up eating, and we'll talk about the camping setup like I told earlier, and pros and cons, truck versus SUV, and I'll show you some of the simple things I brought. I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to make it quick. The rest of this video comparison, basically, of sleeping in this compared to the back of a Tacoma, and I'm going to show you, go over real quick. My battery is getting low on my phone on some of the stuff that I actually brought and what you may want to bring in comparison. There are there's some other videos out there of people actually, you know, saying the best things to bring in camping trips. But I've got a real basic setup here. So I've got obviously a chair for me to sit in, just a fold-up chair. I've got a Coleman road trip griddle. And I bring that so I don't have to bring any pots or pans and everything. You can cook on there from breakfast to dinner to lunch or whatever you consider cooking. And then obviously everybody's going to bring some kind of a cooler. Mine's just an Igloo brand. I don't have money to go out and spend money on a Yeti or anything like that. I've got my bed in the back, which I talked about earlier. So in comparison to the Tacoma and sleeping in this, the one thing I will say about having a truck bed and having a camper top on the back or a rooftop tent is you have all the storage inside the vehicle. And whereas this, you're kind of limited to the front seat. So if you see everything's kind of thrown in there, that chair is just thrown in there and the seats are pushed forward. And I don't have anybody else up here to sit in the chair, but I figured I'd bring one just in case, and you never know. And I also have this little pump sprayer. It's actually for chemicals. I bought it at Walmart. It was like 10 bucks. And I put a couple extra holes in the bottom of it so you can actually use it for, I'm using it for like cleaning my dishes and such, and you could actually shower with it if you brought maybe another gallon of water. People have done it. I've seen tons of videos out there. So as far as it got down to about like 58 degrees last night, but as far as sleeping in this compared to the truck and waking up in the morning with a lot less condensation inside of this, maybe it was just a temperature change, but again, you can just start it up, run the AC, dry it, whereas if you're in the back of a truck or you're in some kind of a tent, you don't have the opportunity, so you have that kind of wet feeling. But anyway, if you did get this far, thanks for watching. Angel, thanks you for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed and you consider subscribing to my channel. And if you do these kind of things, I'll consider subscribing to your channel.